Oh, I'm hoping my mic is right. Lakers code. Yeah, I put that first. Copy the link. Turbo, the best show on TV. Oh, on YouTube, excuse me. Close to being on TV. Good. Yo,
Yo.
what up, man? Yo, yo. Yeah, we go. See it now. I can see it now. Oh, ball, how are you feeling?
Shit. I'm a little tired, but I'm here. What's good?
I'm just laughing at all the stuff that I was laughing at something crazy just now. I don't remember. People just think too highly of themselves. That's always the thing, right? You're supposed to, but chill out, guys.
Oh, that's how it be, I guess.
You made it to ESPN. People on there are crazy. Turbo was good, y'all. What up, y'all? Best show on TV. I think we probably send you the link afterwards. Turbo is just, we got to work everything in order. 1, 2, 3. It's tough having 2 or 3 people comment, play this thing at the right time, all the timing. We definitely got to do the we call it like a link episode. The link episode, we would call it something like that. Get everybody on board, man. What you think, AllBall?
Shit, man. I'm all for it. Turbo family. But you know me. I'm all for it. You.
Look who it is.
Ooh, y'all are prompt, boy. Fabian is like on time. He don't miss a beat, boy.
Yeah.
Show up to my funeral at the same on time. Nigga. Show up.
I ain't gonna lie with you. When I came in the building, the red light was already on. I said, yeah.
I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, he don't want to.
Gotta make sure, fellas. Gotta make sure the other phone ain't on Instagram Live. Know what I'm saying?
Got to.
RP's already calling me Stephen A. That's a hairline joke, RP. Go to hell. Number 1. Number 2, yeah. Give me that $100 million. You crazy? Big Queens.
Lord have mercy.
100 million. I'm losing my hairline on purpose.
I can't even.
You can have a hairline. For the 100, you can have a hairline.
Flea, if I show up to your funeral early, I'm gonna be by myself. It's mad Dominicans and black people come to your funeral. That shit ain't start until 12 hours later.
Yo, man, just the same prompt that you have right now. Just make sure you show up for me the same way, man.
You threatening me in death? Yo, this guy's.
Just make sure, man.
All right.
I couldn't even use the restroom before I walked in. I said, "Oh, couldn't even." Right. Drop the kids at the pool, nothing. Like,
yeah. Listen, man.
AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like going.
Yeah, I got a question. What's the harder job?
Say it again. You can't talk over that because I use that to edit it when I do the videos. I got a question for y'all. You know what? I'll keep it. Just for you. I'm sorry. What's the harder job?
I don't like how you rolling today. I'll be honest with you. I don't like your behavior thus far.
You're cursing me out for being on time, but go ahead.
What's the harder job? Point guard of an NBA team, quarterback of an NFL team. What's the harder job?
Quarterback.
Quarterback by far.
By far? Not even close?
Yeah, I'm not even close.
Okay.
I'm being honest. Today, the NBA, no disrespect.
So what about 20 years ago with the prototypical point guard at the NBA? Not the scoring guard that we have now, but a Stockton, a Zeke, a Magic Johnson, a Jason Kidd, your prototypical point guard. It's still not even close? And I'm not leaning each other way. I thought about this week and I wanted to ask my brothers.
It still might not be close. Only because, the point guard of an NBA team, you kind of got to only manage maybe 8, 9 guys. Because usually 11, 12, 13, 14, they're not getting on the court unless it's garbage time. I mean, bro, the NFL quarterback, you know, they damn near, they the GM, the coach, the counselor. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you can win a championship, and you can be a pretty decent team if you got a okay point guard. I mean, honest, you ain't got a good quarterback, you in trouble. Especially today, you can forget about it.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, I hate to point to the obvious, but there's plenty of quarterbacks that got like, once the defense ain't with you, you're done. To walk back, that's 50 people you got to deal with. That's the locker room. Then you talk about the hundreds of people that work for the organization. When they don't like you, that's different than when they don't like you as a point guard. It's 12, 11 other guys. Football locker room is mad testosterone.
There's a lot going on.
You might get threatened out there, as you know, to turn up when you turn the ball over. Like last night, for a second there with Caleb Williams, I thought that the offensive line, I don't know if they're giving up on him or they're too young or they're not together yet, but it reminded me of David Carr from 20 years ago, and that's his brother Derek Carr in New Orleans right now, right?
Yeah.
David. That's why I always say Tom Brady's career is different if he gets drafted by the Texans and they demolish him for 2 seasons, 60 sacks and all that.
The confidence is different.
You think confidence?
I just think being on your back with your jersey dirty every play of the game, you not being able to sit in the pocket at all and actually read a defense, read the field, when every play you getting up, like that takes away from your confidence. That's what I meant. Like, I don't think he would have been able to like step out there and be as confident if he was getting his ass kicked for 2 straight years. And
you ain't no Cam Newton, you ain't no Michael Vick.
Right, so that's the other piece, right.
And Caleb Williams has some, an inkling of that, because his escaping was amazing, but he's not even comfortable enough to set his feet and make the play. I don't know where that leads to when you talk about the head coach. You talk to the defenses when they look at the quarterback like, yo, you sure that's the guy? Because we've been practicing all week. He ain't doing none of that. Or he is doing the same thing. I just think they deal with a different kind of pressure at the quarterback. And like, you could be you could easily not be known as a point guard for the rest of your career. Just be a low-level point guard, low celebrity point guard. But for the most part, bro, when you're the quarterback, you a celebrity anywhere. From high school, college, and the NFL. It's just different.
Yeah. I just wanted to ask y'all that real quick, just to get the...
Before we get started, Caleb Williams is a bum.
He's a rookie. He's a rookie.
I don't care what he is. He's a bum. I'm sorry.
I don't like his mannerisms from college. I know he was the guy crying when he jumped into his mother's arms, right?
Yeah,
like,
that was him.
It's not that. And I'm glad they punked him. And we went down the sideline and they pop, boom. They jacked him up.
RP said hosting AllBall TV is the hardest job ever.
Get the show started, because Fleet starting some mess always at the beginning of the shows. Now he getting us in trouble. Start the show, man.
And then if you notice his little trend is in the comments, he tries to get them behind them to start his whole little cheeks.
He learning. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
We on to you. Good, great job though. Great job. Yo, RP, you gotta clip that up. That shit is insane. But what seems to also be insane. Speaking of AllBall TV, we are worldwide out here. You see us talking about the NFL. No jokes. But we love our basketball, man. And AllBall just said get Caleb Williams out of here. Well, apparently, according to Paul Pierce, Giannis Antetokounmpo is out of here in Milwaukee.
Antetokounmpo.
The next blockbuster move, according to Paul Pierce, that he wants to see is Giannis leaving the Bucks for Golden State. But in the middle of all that, KG reads between the lines, man.
I see Golden State getting back to where they need to get back. If they can find a way to get Giannis over there.
Giannis?
Yeah.
In Golden State?
Yeah.
That's random.
Well, I mean, that's
you got some inside information. That's all that is.
No.
Yeah, you do. You got that sneaky ass. I got it in the back. Ha ha ha! Look on your face. I know you.
I mean, I'm saying that.
That's how you look when you on some surprise birthday shit. You know what I'm saying? He can't hold water. I know when you lying. You lying?
No, I said that's the only
line. That's that line. Look,
we're gonna try to picture any kind of scenario. So I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, the only
Real shit. Like the Dame to Milwaukee was a random. When you said that, like, man, the Dame can get to Milwaukee. I was looking at you like, why the fuck with Dame, man? I was looking, and then it happened.
I know,
like,
that was crazy.
Yeah, you had inside information.
Nah, I just be putting on the GM hat and I be trying to like
get your ass out
saying
of
that's
here.
the best case scenario.
Get out of here. You
ain't watching the game.
You on Love Island, nigga. Right.
I'm like, why ain't watching the game?
He on Love Island, season 7. Like,
and I guess AllBall sent me this to follow that up. Giannis to the Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks, according to Basketball Forever, will be front runners in the 2025 to acquire Giannis Antetokounmpo if the Milwaukee Bucks fall short this year. NBA execs were reportedly terrified Giannis would join Luka Doncic in 2021, but next season in the league could face one of the deadliest lineups of this era. So we got two, I guess, major, staple, some announcement, but it all points to Giannis leaving Milwaukee. AllBall. These were your findings. Please let us know what you think.
Well, today it wasn't only Basketball Forever. Big shout out to them. It was a couple other major platforms that was expressing that 2025 Dallas Mavericks is going to go hard pause at Giannis Antetokounmpo. But remember, Fleet, we spoke about this for a while now, and I've been saying this. Sometimes a lot of these players can overstay their welcome. Mm-hmm. When you win in a small market like that, I think your job is done. I think Giannis might have stayed a year too late, if you want me to be honest. It's difficult to get guys to play over there. Mm-hmm. As you see, Dame went over there, and it's not working. I don't see how it's going to work next year as far as winning the championship. But for me, let me first start with the Paul Pierce thing. I think Golden State ship has sailed. Now, if Clay was still there, and this was maybe a year or two ago, then I would be hyped. But help me understand how Giannis and Steph is going to work in the tough West, and him and Dame can't seem to get it together. I know those are two totally different point guards, but I don't see Giannis going to Dallas. There's no way in the world he's going to play with Luka. There's no way in the world. I don't see that working. Luka, Kyrie, Giannis is only one basketball, Fleet. Yeah. I know a better spot.
Where? Us? I mean, you advocating for us?
No, I'm not advocating. I'm just saying, out of the three, I think the Knicks is the better spot than Dallas or Golden State. We got a better roster. We got younger players. And we have a point guard that prove he can play with a superstar. You see what he did alongside Luka. Of course, Curry can play with a superstar. He's done it in the Olympics. But Curry ain't got, 5 more years? So for me, the Dallas thing, I don't like it. It's too much. Like I said, where's the competition at, Flea? There's no way in the world you're going to have 3 guys like that on one team. And I don't see Giannis doing that, to be honest with you. I think Giannis loves and respects the game too much. I think he'd rather go against Luka than team up with him. So for me, I think he should have been left Milwaukee, just like I think Steph Curry. I think Curry's time is up in Golden State, Flea. I think after this year, he should be thinking about moving on. Like I said, a lot of ships are sailing. Golden State, I understand what Paul Pierce is saying, but that's not as sexy as when they had Klay Thompson as well. Mm-hmm. And for me, him in Dallas, I'm gonna be honest, I don't see it working. And I don't see him wanting to play with Luka. I see him wanting to compete against Luka. Now it's different if it's different if he was old and didn't have too much time left and he's ring chasing. No, Giannis still has the skill set to be the best player in the NBA. So why would he want to team up with a guy that they're basically fighting for that spot as the best player in the NBA? I think Giannis' mindset is, I want to be considered one of the greats. And the only way to do that is to play against him, not team up with him. And I'll let you go after this, Flea. Giannis has that mindset. Remember when guys like LeBron was inviting him to work out, and he was like, nah, I'm straight. So he has a different mindset. So I don't care what Dallas does to go get him. I don't think he's going for that. Like I said, don't be surprised. LeBron leaves LA. That's a great destination for Giannis. Knicks, great destination for Giannis. So just your thoughts.
So, as usual, we on two different ends. As usual, we on two different ends.
Always.
On two different ends of this, but I love my OG. I look at it like this. If we were talking about this 2, 3, 4 years ago, prior to the ring, I would have absolutely been with you. Like, yeah, Giannis is not with teaming up. Giannis is with, going through the grind, not running from the grind, trying to get his quote unquote small market team a championship. Well, he's done that, right? But then there's a couple of years since that championship where prior to him getting Dame Lillard, they struggled. They struggled to get back to the finals. They struggled to get back to the Eastern Conference Finals. And I just think Giannis is getting to a point in his career when he wants to make his job easier. And so making his job easier, he puts guys around him that's going to make his job easier. Damian Lillard is not a guy that's going to make his job easier. Damian Lillard needs the basketball. He's not a catch and shoot guy. He's not one of those guys that you're going to stick into the corner. You actually have to work him into your offense. And so I just don't essentially see that working. But a guy like Luka, a guy like Kyrie, a guy like Klay Thompson, again, that may not be what the roster looks like if he potentially goes there. I don't know if you can have all 4 of those guys on that roster at the same time. But I do think a Dallas destination is absolutely possible. Playing with Luka Doncic, I think at this stage, I think Giannis would be interested in doing that. Again, solely to make his job easier, OG. I agree with you. The dude is a competitor. He's one of the only guys still in the league that when you see him on the basketball playing, you see how hard he's playing, right? When you watch Westbrook, he goes out there. Whether anybody likes him or not, you can never deny Russell is out there playing hard. So I just think, Giannis is at a stage in his career where I got the ring. I got the ring in Milwaukee. I got the ring in impressive fashion. 50 ball in the NBA in this game 6. You said I couldn't hit free throws. 16 for 16 in a closeout game, right? Like, I think he's hit all the marks, MVPs, Defensive Player of the Years. He's top 75. He's solidified. I just think now going forward, he may want to make his job a little easier. And playing with a guy like Luka, I think, makes it a little easier. Playing with a guy like Kyrie makes things just a little bit easier. Lastly, and I'll give it over to Fabian. The Knicks are a great spot for him. I ain't going to run from that. The Knicks are a great spot for him. But if I'm Giannis and I say Dallas or New York, which one am I doing? Which one am I leaning towards? If I'm him, I think I would lean more towards Dallas. Now, if you come to New York and win a championship, like we always discussed, you win a championship in New York, you what's the kids say? They goated. You goated now. Like you the one now. Like you the one.
It's a different ball game.
Different. You in a different stratosphere. You won championships as the best player in Milwaukee and New York City. Knicks? Oh. Different stratosphere. So I like it. I would think he would want to go play with Luka before he would want to play with Jalen Brunson.
And just real quick before Fabian go, think about all the guys we picking up, all the assets we have right now. A lot of those 1-year contracts, expiring contracts. We still have a load of picks. So think about all the guys we can give up. We can give up a Randall, maybe a Mitch, all them other dudes, a whole bunch of picks. Get a Giannis. And, Fleet, me and you, we never going to agree. That's what makes us great.
Yeah.
I think, Dallas or New York, when it comes to legacy and being great and getting your name up there with the greats, if he brings a championship to New York, it's not even comparable to if he wins in Dallas, because that's going to be expected. Look at the team, like you said, if all those guys are still there, that's almost like cheating. So for me, you know, I don't know. But go ahead, Fabian. Sorry.
I mean, as much as a good guy as we think Giannis is, and you know, he seems like a good guy, whatever, he's still a showman, and he still shows a lot of the bravado. He's egotistical, you know, he's yelling at the reporters, and I love his competitive side, but it's also balanced. He got a book already. You 20, is he even 30? He got a book. I ain't blinded by none of that. You want the big kahuna. You want the limelight. He's a big fan of LeBron.
Fabian, thank you for telling me. I did not know he had a book. I had no clue.
Seriously?
No, bro, I'm telling you. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Either.
I'm telling you, I had no clue that this brother wrote a book already. Had no clue.
All right. Well, he has a book. I think he got a documentary. You know, he's got
that I do know, the Disney joint, right? The thing that's
I didn't even watch it. And I like Giannis, but there's a lot to him that with the Shaq effect, where it's like it's hard to sell that. And he knows the best way to sell it is as the most invincible man alive. And I think that's easier to do in New York. Dallas seems cool, but he's a big LeBron fan. He knows that he got to go where the show is at. And I would think if he asked LeBron per se, I don't think Dallas is the place to be. Like, do you have Mark Cuban's not going to be there anymore? They got a casino company running that organization now in Dallas. This is different now. Dolan stepped into. Did you see the Sphere with the UFC fight this weekend? Bananas.
Crazy.
Bananas.
Who's a better player, Julius Randle or Giannis Antetokounmpo?
Yes, Giannis. That's not
okay. AllBall.
Giannis is the better basketball
player.
Okay,
let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
But basketball wise, he's giving you more rebounds than Randall. It's not gonna be no clumsy rebounds, and he gets the fouls that Randall gives you. All the free throws. Like we don't want him shooting threes anyway. And then on the weak side, just defensively, he has what he's missing over there with the Bucks. We're giving him what he's missing. All the OG, Mikal Bridges, DiVincenzo, Hart, McBride, even the kid Kolick. Them guys are gonna be working on the weak side. That's what he's missing. He's not an on-ball defender. Giannis kind of sucks defensively.
No,
I've been saying this.
Doesn't suck.
Right. Weak side, he doesn't. One-on-one. When was the last time you said, yeah, Giannis locked him up? I don't remember ever saying that. So his whole thing is when?
What do you need me to tell you a play? I need to bring up tape.
Look,
to
it's
say
gonna.
I need to bring up tape.
Yeah, you got.
No, I can't bring up tape for you right now. But I'm not gonna sit and say I've never seen him stop a guy from getting to the rim, allow a guy to get to a rim, block the shot because you know you can block his shot. He's just that much more athletic. You've been trying to kill Giannis on defense for years.
It's defensively, he's a better weak side defender. What I'm saying is that it's not an accident. Drew Holiday leaves, and all of a sudden you got two defensive player of the year candidates look like garbage in Brook Lopez and Giannis because they don't have the guy that stays in front of everybody. Drew Holiday is amazing. Imagine if we have Giannis next to OG, Bridges, Hart, DiVincenzo. There's a lot there. So even if you trade,
talk about smothering, smothering.
And if it's not the Knicks, if you're Giannis, you're gonna go to Dallas. You might as well go to OKC. The Rock, you got to entertain the Rockets. These are the only
big Minnesota. Shout out Turbo. I think Turbo put in a suggestion about the Rockets. That's like a wild card.
We got to revisit that too. Shepard out there. There's a lot going on with the Rockets, but Minnesota.
Why would he go to the Rockets? Like hold on. Let's slow down. Hold on. Why would he go to the Rockets?
Ime Udoka, number one. Number two, you got Cam Whitmore. You got Jabari.
Giannis trying to win championship. Does he win in a championship with that roster?
I mean, they're young, but what I'm saying is that you got the young guys in front of them that are going to play defense, and he don't have that over there. And who's playing defense for him in Dallas? Is my point. Yeah, I'm saying the alternative.
But look at all the firepower. What I'm saying is this, Flea and Fake. Guys like Giannis, when you're at this point in your career where you 10 years in. You're not going.
I guess you did.
Right. You're not going nowhere. I'm not going to say to rebuild, but you're not going nowhere unless you have an opportunity or chance at a title. I'm not saying Houston ain't a sexy look, but maybe if he 5-6 years in, like you said, Flea, before the championship, fresh off the MVP, okay, Milwaukee ain't working. These guys is getting older. And as he understands, he get another ring or two, or you get another ring and another legendary run. Now your name goes up. When they talk about the greatest power forwards of all time, they bringing your name up without any question. So the Houston thing is not as sexy or nowhere near as a Dallas, a Golden State, or New York.
But But see, we got to remember, and it's easy for everybody to forget that these young guys, all they're going to do is just get older. And the older guys in the league right now are just going to get older and kind of phase out. We in a really weird time. I think I mentioned this a couple episodes ago. Like, we in a different time with the NBA right now. There's like this changing of the guard is literally about to happen right in front of us. Everybody that we have as top 10, top 15 players, that list is going to change. Everybody that we have as contenders, and we just broke down the other night OKC being a legitimate contender to win the NBA Finals, and all three of us agreed that they belong there. So if OKC is one of those teams that belong there, I could absolutely see a couple more young teams doing the right thing and getting where they need to be. A Rockets team, I think, is, on their way. They're not there yet. Make the playoffs, make some noise, get people watching you, get people game planning for you. Then, we could talk different. But these teams of old that you expect to be there all the time, Golden State, Lakers, Boston, all those teams, as time goes on, these young guys are just gonna get older, and them older guys are just gonna get older. So
yeah, but I think Houston doesn't fit the mold, and I think AllBall is right with that one. Like, Houston's not in the mold of the Dallas, Golden State, Knicks, where you got Golden State and the Knicks, most valuable franchises in the league. Who gets more publicity than they do in this era? Giannis joining them, he wants to clearly. If this is what's out there, he wants the chips and he wants the recognition. He's not just this humble big dude that they've been trying to promote the whole time. That's what I'm saying. He's more Shaq than we ever were led to believe.
Yeah, well, you got to remember, Giannis is that missing piece for certain teams to get over the hump. Like Kawhi was that missing piece for Toronto. Like I said, it's a lot of teams with great rosters, like that Toronto team where you just need that one superstar to get you over the hump. I just think out of all the teams he can go to, it's not only because I'm a Knicks fan. I just feel we have the best roster. We have the best opportunity. We in the East, which is still tough, but it's not as tough as the West. And also legacy. He wins a championship in New York. Gotta be like no other.
Flea, quick question. Speaking to his legacy, do you think him joining a Golden State or even the Mavericks making the finals the way that they did, would that affect his decision? Like, I don't want to say that I'm over there joining like the best team anyway. I'd rather go to the Knicks and OKC, who haven't even sniffed the conference finals yet. Let me go over there first. Would that be more interesting to Giannis in your mind?
I think, like, I'm talking out two sides of my mouth now. Pause. Like, at one side, it's like, yeah, he's at a position, like OG said, where he wants to win, right? Like, where he don't want to be a part of a rebuild or part of a team that's got question marks. We don't know what we're striving for yet. But then the other side of it too is there's some interesting places, right? Like a Knicks spot, you brought up OKC, like the Rockets. Like, there's some interesting spots that he could be a part of, and he could be the piece that just takes them over. So for me, I think he would be more interested in winning at this point. And I don't see a bunch. At one point, we had a lot of teams that were in win now mode. But how many teams are in win now mode that you could take Giannis from them, put them on there, whatever you got to do, trade, whatever happens? Because Dallas is talking about essentially getting him in free agency. Is that what they're essentially saying?
Yes.
In 2025?
Yes.
So they're essentially talking about having the cap space and the money to just flat out sign him. We're not even talking about that. We're talking about like trading for him. But just imagine him just moving and being placed on a ready now team. Minnesota's a ready now team. Denver's a ready now team. Like, a bunch of teams that's just ready for right now. So,
but for me, if he decides to sign with Dallas after they just went to the finals, and let's just see whatever happens this season, let's just say they have a good season with Clay and get to the conference finals or the finals, I think he gets a lot of smoke for that. Like I said, a player that stature, there's no way in the world you go to a team with Luka, Clay, and Kyrie Irving. It doesn't make any sense.
But the stature is a little different now, OG. Like how people look at Klay Thompson in the NBA is not how they looked at him 5 years ago. They don't look at Kyrie the same. They don't look at them the same.
I understand what you're saying, but still, you know, the names in the back of the jersey is still those names. And like I said, they just came from the finals. Once again, it's like I just don't get it. Listen, I don't get it. I don't understand it. Like I said, him and Golden State would have been lovely 3-4 years ago, maybe 2 years ago. But now, if he go there now, it's just him and Steph Curry. That is not enough. I'm sorry.
That's a lot.
It's not enough.
Okay.
What's the rest of the roster? Draymond Green, Kuminga, who may not be there, and Wiggins. I get what you're saying, but
a lot.
One thing we not thinking about, how is this going to affect Dame Lillard? And I'm gonna leave it at this. And Fabian, you can take this wherever you want to go with it. This is where I think Dame now goes to the Lakers. If Giannis skates, and that's where I mean, because where Dame is not staying in Milwaukee. And don't think, as you hear these news and these rumors and these reports come out, Dame got to be like, yo, bro, there's no way in the world I'm staying in Milwaukee Dolo. That's Portland all over again. So this domino effect is going to be nasty.
He did not want to be in Milwaukee. Let's remind people of that. That they traded him somewhere where he did not want to be. I thought of what David Smith just commented. I swear I thought of it in my mind, but I didn't want to say it out loud. But
what was the comment?
Lillard should think about retiring. And I didn't want to say that, but I'm just like,
nah, man.
What Dame doing? What he doing?
He ain't know. What's his name? He ain't know David Tua in the Dolphins. What kind of shit niggas is that?
I'm being real right now. Did the thought run through my mind?
Yes. Look at. It's no excuse. I'm not justifying the bad season. He had a 40 clip in the playoffs, but let's not forget all the trouble he had off the court this season. So maybe mentally he wasn't all the way there. I'm not going to say he needs to retire. I'm not going that far.
Yo, man.
Retiring is crazy.
Niggas get divorced every day, baby. Be all right, baby.
You did say this was...
Be all right. Fuck all that. Because nah. Y'all know why that's coming from me. Nah, man. Niggas get divorced every day, baby. It's all right. You see me smiling.
Cold-blooded, man.
But it is... Okay, so speaking of a year... Now Dame got a year under his belt, right?
Right.
Similar timelines. If we're on the same page, Flea. Year under your belt in the same process. Now you're back with the same team. Can things look differently? Or if somebody came with the Flea right now, so you need to retire, Flea. How would you feel? I would
tell niggas I'm in my prime, baby.
Exactly. Exactly. Yo,
I'm in my prime, baby. The past was practice. I'm good now.
And Dave is younger than you. So how you think he feels, please? Please are nothing, man.
Nah. Dame shouldn't retire. I was just saying it was just wild that David Smith commented that, and I was just honest with y'all. The shit ran through my mind. I was like, man, maybe he should go home. But nah. Dame got a lot of basketball left. It ain't time for him to hang it up. It's just like OG was saying though. Like, okay, I'm a dead duck in Milwaukee now. Hell no. Like, where do I get me out of here and get me in a spot where, I can make a couple dollars off the court and possibly win a championship. Because if anybody still wants to win, I think he does.
Yeah, hell yeah.
If anybody still wants to win, I think he does.
And him, if he can get one chip, listen, man, that'll put him in some great talks with some of the greats, man. Like, you can start mentioning his name when you start talking about certain players when we talking about great point guards. Like I said, I think a chip of me like a Heffley.
No, I just want to ask a question. Go ahead, though. Finish.
No, I think you got the same question I do.
There's 5 guys that come to mind right now, right, that are currently playing and that are surefire first ballot Hall of Famers. I want to know from my guys who wins the championship first. Damian Lillard, Russell Westbrook, Paul George, James Harden, and DeMar DeRozan. All 5 guys are first ballot Hall of Famers. Who's gonna win one before they hang it up?
I'll be real quick. None of them niggas winning one. Sorry. Sorry.
And Fabian, what you said is Fabian's face. He's like, ew, I gotta pick one of these.
But if I'm going percentage, Dame is have the highest percentage, but I'm not. I'm straight on all of them.
All 5 guys, none of them is gonna win a chip.
DeMar not winning one in Sacramento. Let's be for real. Harden and Paul George don't care about winning no rings. So, nah. I mean, Westbrook, as you know, his mode is always gonna be what it is. But you know, Fleet, they don't have enough in Denver.
Okay.
So yeah, I ain't nah.
Okay.
That's a great question though.
Yeah, it is, because those are 5 guys that are like they're legends at this point.
They're Hall of Fame guys solidified. They could retire today, and 5 years from now they'll be in the Hall of Fame. I was just curious to see who y'all have as possibly being a guy that could get one.
And then Westbrook already is in position where he's like, I'm only going to be the 3rd best player on a championship team, if that. At least he's in that realization. He's lived that realization. I don't think the rest of them guys understand that yet. Paul George does not understand that. It's not your game. It's your attitude. It's your approach to the game. DeRozan is not. It's not his fault, but that you can't be the number 1 on a championship team. Maybe Sacramento's the best place for you, and he's finally in that position. I got an opportunity for it. And Dame, I don't think he could be a number 1 at this point, especially at this point.
That's playing a championship team. That's over.
Yeah,
I think that's over too.
So maybe that's
that's over. I agree.
I think that's over.
So by process of elimination, he's there, but he still could drop 40. He still could drop 40. Like I've seen him just the year before. He was crazy before he tore his oblique. He was insane.
But
he was going bananas.
But
didn't he drop 70?
I think all 5 guys on a good night could go get you a 40 clip. All 5 guys I just named just now.
But we gotta be fair.
Go ahead.
But we gotta be fair. Giannis was hurt. Dame was. You get what I'm saying? So like we gotta now see how Milwaukee's gonna look fully healthy. We know with Chris Middleton, like I said, Brook Lopez, he took a step back. So let's see. You know, that's why this season is very important. Yeah. Let's see how these guys look fully healthy. I still think Giannis is out. Like I said, sometimes, you know, you do all that you can, and you got a title out of it, which nobody was expecting.
Shit, Doc Rivers is their coach, right? Lord have mercy. I just I'm sorry, y'all. I forgot. I'm sorry.
You I just my whole mindset just went up. As soon as you hear Doc Rivers' name, look.
I forgot. Like because I was over in my mind, I was like, well, who's coaching them right now?
But great transition. Because according to CBS, the worst coach in the NBA is not Doc Rivers. You got 8 guys ahead of him. JJ Redick has been voted the worst coach in the NBA by CBS.
Wow.
Yeah, he hasn't even coached 1 game. Yo, CBS is cold-blooded.
But that's
this is NBA Central. This is not no controlling. Spoelstra's number 1, Nick Nurse is number 2, Rick Carlisle number 3, the Pacers coach Steve Kerr, and Ty Lue rounding up the top 5.
Where's Tom Thibodeau at?
He's number 10, I believe, behind Budenholzer.
Okay.
So 6 is Mark Denotes of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Danotes. Will Hardy with the Jazz, who
why the fuck is he top 10?
Exactly. Another question
0
I have.
sense to me.
Ime Udoka number 8, Mike Budenholzer number 9. A lot of respect there. Tom Thibodeau number 10. Joe Mazzulla number 11, the NBA champion, recent NBA champion. Of course, Chris Finch with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Mike Brown dropped the 13th. And here's an interesting one. AllBall has a doppelganger working for him at CBS as Greg Popovich is 14th on the list.
He should have been 30.
The dirty 30 Mike Malone is 15. And there's a lot of guys in between. Jason Kidd, 18th, who just made it to the finals himself. He's been to 2 Western Conference finals, might I add. Jalen Jenkins has been the number 2 in the Western Conference plenty of times. But what stood out to me mostly is JJ Redick at the 30 clip.
Why would this stand out to you? Where else was he supposed to be?
Well, not that as much as I was watching this thing with Dan Hurley. He was on this other guy who
Bensinger from Fox. He did a whole in-depth all access
But he's been on the internet for years talking to Shaq, talking to Kobe. And I'm like, who is this guy? Always pops up with an ill interview, right?
Yeah.
He just spoke to Dan Hurley a couple of days ago, 5 days ago to be exact. Dan Hurley breaks down how tough of a decision it was to be with the Lakers. And more importantly, we'll get into a little something else with the Lakers.
Out to you from the visit.
It felt yucky because it's like you're cheating on your family. You know, it's like it felt wrong, but felt so right.
He went out there to California and he had his family with him and they showed him around and they're talking about Magic Johnson and Kareem and Kobe and all these great legends that have been there. It's humbling, I'm sure.
I'm sitting at the table and I was like, you know, looking at the colors and the Lakers sign and just like.
Say it again, Flea.
I said Luke Murray used to be the assistant coach at Post University where I did play. That's Bill Murray's son. So before Luke Murray went and he was an assistant at Arizona, and then he had another stop at Wagner with Dan Hurley, and now Dan brought him over with him at UConn, won championships with Dan Hurley. But I just wanted to mention that to y'all.
Nice.
Like, wow, this is
He's an
numbing.
asshole.
You know, it's amazing. And then you're seeing all the people you only see on TV. You know, it was I just kept crying because I was so, like, I just couldn't believe that, like, my husband was wanted for this job. You know, like,
it almost touches you a little bit now thinking of it.
Oh my, I still like the fact that he.
They talking to his wife?
Yeah.
For what?
She's involved with, but nah, she was heavily involved. It was reported she was involved in the decision. So when I saw her, I knew it was natural for me.
No. What I'm saying is she like a former athlete or she just a regular?
She was. See, look. They have his son working over there at UConn with them. The family's involved.
Listen, I'm not. I'm just asking. I've never seen. Never mind. Go ahead. Hate the cheekbones, but
crazy.
Yeah, this is crazy. From where we were to hear that, like, the Lakers won him. Holy God!
I felt like it was justified and deserved. You know, I kind of expected something like.
But that's his. Just for background, OG. That's this dude's style. Like when he does talk to some people, he does grab not random, but people that you wouldn't expect. So talking to his wife, although it's like, I would expect GrahamBensinger to do that because
they ain't talking to none of our people wives. Get out of here, man.
I feel that.
Oh,
now that I understand.
Now if she was a former athlete or a former this or agent or get out of here, man. Regular person.
Like that after last year, and it didn't happen after the first NCAA tournament championship. So I was happy for him because I think that it was really validating to a degree.
There's no sure thing throughout the entire process, but it definitely felt like a possibility. And, you know, as it went on, you know, just kind of got a little more unclear about what was going to happen. And so you guys get back. You don't know what you're going to do.
No idea. Point. We were so torn. I mean, honestly, people don't believe that. It was like we had no idea what we were doing. We come back. It went the same exact way Wagner went when we went to Rhode Island, and Rhode Island went when we went here.
And that I'll play the end of it real quick too, because real quick, that to me showed you like they were going through some turmoil, and she ends that by saying the son on the trip to LA, he was like, I ain't going to LA, I ain't with that. But when he came back, they were like, yo, we got to go to LA. So the son was he flipped on it. So this decision was going so crazy, but that's not what stood out to me. What stood out to me is the end.
Seems a little easier than this job. I mean, this job's now 24/7 with, and you know, NIL, transfer portal, recruiting, whatever.
I mean, it's more demanding in a sense that, like, I'm the GM. I pick the players. I have to recruit the players. I hire my own staff. Obviously, I decide when planes take off, and so every aspect of the program here you control.
Not necessarily the case.
Not necessarily the case in the NBA, and I feel like where I'm at my best as a coach is the atmosphere that I create in practice. I believe that gives us a competitive advantage over the people that we play against. It's like Hell Week for SEALs or something. But if I can't replicate that in the NBA, it takes one of the things that gives me the competitive advantage in college away from me, because you can't practice in the NBA like that because you don't play 82 games and you can barely even have practice time.
You know, you're going to send LeBron on suicide
stairs. You know, AD the day after back-to-backs, and
see that's. Go ahead.
That to me, and I'll pass it off to you guys. Once he said that, he's saying it without saying it, in my opinion, and nobody wants to hear this. You got JJ Redick voted as the 30th best coach in the NBA, and the Lakers basically chose, in my opinion, LeBron James and JJ Redick over Dan Hurley. Because if Dan Hurley goes to the Lakers, You have to revamp the whole Lakers crew. He wants nothing to do with that show that LeBron is bringing over there. He wants nothing to do with what Flea always pointed out, and like I always got to bring this up. The Lakers are promoting. They don't care about no championship right now while LeBron is there. They're promoting The Last Dance, LeBron James with the Lakers. That's what they're promoting over there, and Dan Hurley wants nothing to do with it. And JJ Redick was down for it if it meant here's a 4-year deal. I'll be here after LeBron is here, and I'll get my money. So how do you feel about, I guess, what I'm saying? How I reacted to that, and just in general about the Lakers situation with the 30th ranked coach in the NBA and missing out, possibly missing out on Dan Hurley or Bull?
So real quick, I'll be brief with the JJ Redick thing. I mean, that's great clickbait. They know, what type of response that's going to get. It's funny and ha, but like you said, Flea, I don't even know why he's on the list. Well, of course, you got to put him on
right,
there, but it's like no matter where he's at, he's not going to be top 15. He never coached. So for me, I'm not even bothered by that. Yeah, we can troll and have fun with that, and I forget that part. Let's get to this UConn head coach. And I'm not a LeBron James fan, but I got to be honest here. Who are you to want all that power with an NBA team? You're coming from college. No disrespect. A lot of college coaches isn't successful out the gate in the NBA. Some of them get ran out of the NBA. So I'm saying for him, I understand he's won back-to-back national titles, going for a third. But why does he deserve so much power? Why?
I say this. The league is changing. The league is getting younger. The league is getting grossly younger.
Okay.
Not like a little young. I'm talking about 17, 18, 19, well, not 17, but 19, 20, 20-year-old kids are coming into this league, and not everybody who is a lottery pick is making it through their rookie contract. These guys are not prepared. They don't know anything about basketball, really. They're just really, really good athletes, can play the game a little bit, and now we stick them in a pro league and say, here, go figure it out. I think the league needs a guy like Dan Hurley at this point. How young it is, how these guys don't know shit about the game. Their basketball IQ is garbage, and they're getting set up for literal failure because they come into this league. It's still a grown man's league. You still got to know how to play the game, and if you don't know how to play, they will get you the fuck out of here. Facts.
Well, Flea, I blame that on the NBA. I don't think Dan Hurley is going to fix that problem.
I'm not saying he's going to fix it, but he could be one of them guys that starts ushering the change. Because
I disagree.
On the premier team, the premier franchise of the NBA.
I disagree. I think Dan Hurley is a little too fond of himself. Great college coach, and I think I'm being for real. I think some guys are great where they are. Just because you're a great college head coach, I don't think that was going to translate to the NBA, and I think his family and them knew that, and he was going to get himself jammed up. Once again, I don't know what he's done to think you're going to have that much power over a Lakers organization with LeBron James, and an organization that's considered one of the greatest organizations in sports history. Now, if you're going to a Charlotte, a Phoenix, like certain other, then I get it. But bruh, this is the Lakers with LeBron James on there. How do you even fathom to have any type of power that you want?
I mean, he's coming from a prestigious university in terms of basketball. Like when you talk men's college basketball, yeah, you're gonna talk Duke, North Carolina, but you have to say the UConn Huskies. You have to. You can't leave them out of that. Go ahead.
I'm gonna just leave it at this. Calipari, Rick Pitino, Mike Krzyzewski can't do jack. You know what in the NBA as head coaches? What makes him different?
Like I was saying, just coming off back-to-back championships, so he's a hell of a coach. And for what we want to say, the Hurley name is a powerful name in basketball. When you say Hurley, that's a big name in basketball. His daddy, his brother, they are solidified in
college basketball. Flea. Nobody cares about the NBA.
His brother played like
Dream Team. They love Krzyzewski.
Their name
what
is
brother? Bobby Hurley?
Yes. Did he play in the league? Was he a lottery pick?
Did he play in the league?
He played for the Kings. Wow.
The same. See, Jason Williams gets a sob story because he hurt himself on a bike. But Bob Hurley was in a car accident too, and which ended his career early. Everybody forget that. Like Hurley was good. Bobby Hurley was good.
Who ended the Duke curse? Because after Jay Will, it was like, yo, that was horrible. Jay Will on the bike and Elton Brand getting hurt. Now that's why I shout to Lenzel, but I kept looking more about that Duke. Who got more talent in the NBA than Duke? They look crazy in the NBA last 15 years. They look nasty.
The Hurley family, hold on. The Hurley family name rings bells in college. Nobody gives a damn about them.
It rings bells in the basketball world.
I love you. Listen, like a brother. Nobody cares about the Hurley family in the NBA, bro. Okay. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And to me, and this is why he's not the Lakers head coach, because of your last name, you think you're gonna come and be bigger than the program? Bro, we the Lakers. We ain't you. No, we ain't. No, I just say to you, but I'm just saying we ain't UConn. We ain't, bro. We the Lakers. It's showtime over here, baby. We got to go.
Flea said the Hurley got their own island. Oh, boy said, yeah, Randall's Island.
Listen, and they got to be with the Wu-Tang over there.
Shaolin.
Yeah, y'all the worst, man. Go ahead.
I think
I'm so bad. I said Epstein, and I ain't mean to say that out loud. I'm sorry, y'all. Go ahead.
Whoa.
Next time on AllBall TV. I understand definitely where Flea is coming from, because it's the same position that Krzyzewski was in 20 years ago. And I wouldn't be surprised. He said in the interview as well, he also mentions he got, people were pinging him all day long about what decision to make. There's no way possible he didn't talk to Krzyzewski about this. His brother played with Krzyzewski. They're both Duke legends at this point. He had to have told him, like, yo, I was up for the same Lakers job. And I got to believe Krzyzewski told him, ain't nothing like UConn, bro. Lakers sound good, but what happens if you lose over there? You got all the prestige over there with UConn. And you're going with LeBron? That's a different animal. And to your point, AllBall, deservedly so. Who the hell do you think you are if you're going to LA thinking you can pull something like that? No, that cachet you bring from the college. We didn't see a couple of these coaches bring their raggedy ass back to college and reign the prestigious self. Patino, Calipari, and these guys had to reinvigorate their name back in college, because you ain't nobody in the NBA. And it would be a huge risk to go to LA and lose not just the prestigious name, Flea. That's a brand, Hurley and UConn now. Don't lose that. Why lose that? LeBron's the mercenary that jumps around. Dan Hurley is tied to UConn now. You want that like Coach K is stuck with Duke. Let LeBron have whatever he has in the NBA. Don't go play with that over there. It looks good, smells good, goes rotten real quick, man.
But hold on, to LeBron's defense, which is the first time I'm ever going to defend LeBron.
Right.
He has a right. Not saying that he had anything to do with this, but it's no way in the world, you're Hurley and you have this mindset. It's no way in the world.
I totally agree.
So for me, great college coach, it doesn't always translate to the big dogs, the NBA. I think him staying at UConn is the best decision that he can make. Sometimes, especially if you're going to get the same money, Flea. You know what I'm saying? You get the power you want. Your family, like you said, that name is prestigious there. So you're in a win-win. Coming over here to the NBA, playing, grown men, is very different. And I'm pretty sure a lot of the GOAT college head coaches, they gonna let you know, bro, it ain't sweet over there.
But Flea, it's not even just that. It's the fact that it's a dirty game. And the Lakers and LeBron are involved in the biggest dirty business that there is with the tabloids and all that in the NBA. You can't get all the stuff that we've seen them get criticized for. I don't know if Dan Hurley's ready for that. And I'm pretty sure LeBron and them pretty much told him that. Just by involving yourself in the Lakers candidacy, JJ Redick comes up, and that was already dirty enough. But that was a little drop of what takes place in the NBA.
Flea, before you go, sorry to cut you off real quick. Is it far-fetched and I'm not saying it because I'm a LeBron hater. Is it far-fetched? LeBron said, "I don't want no college head coach."
That's not far-fetched. Like, could he have absolutely have said that?
Like, is that possible?
1000%. He could have absolutely said that. I just think that there's examples of college head coaches coming into the NBA and struggling. And there are also examples of college head coaches coming into the NBA and being successful. Now, successful doesn't mean winning a championship, but successful means Brad Stevens. Successful means Billy Donovan. You know what I'm saying? Successful doesn't always have to be, I win a championship as a head coach because I did so well on the college ranks. For me, it's just more about, but there are the John B. Lines. There are the Caliparis. There are the I'm missing some guys right now, but I'm sure y'all could run off stuff. Like Patino was successful in my opinion. He went back to college, but he was successful. Boston was bad, but the Knicks were a good team. We weren't a bad team.
Oh.
Right? You see what I'm saying? Like he had success, but yes, Boston was a dumpster fire. So I just think that it all matters with fit. But you guys bring up a great point in terms of what he's building right there. How hard it would be to actually leave there. Let me ask y'all this: had he not won back-to-back championships, would y'all have been more of a proponent for him to leave?
I don't know if he gets the job offer.
No,
he doesn't even get the offer. Okay.
No, I disagree. If he wins one and then let's say he loses in the national championship game, I still think he still has the same cachet. I'm just saying, you asking for a bit much. Once again, you're going over there with the GOAT, and I'm not saying it to be funny because a lot of people have him the GOAT. So I'm pretty sure you got guys like LeBron talking to the coaching staff, talking to everybody, and LeBron, we know how he is. He don't like playing with young players. He don't like playing for rookie head coaches, especially college. Go ahead, Fleet.
But that's it right there, OG. Like, we at a space in the NBA right now where we might need more of those type of head coaches in the league. Like, I know what you're saying about having a cachet, walking into a billionaire's office and asking him, I need full autonomy over everything that goes on. The billionaire's gonna look at you like, who the fuck are you? Like, who are you? Like, so I get what you're saying, but you have these locker rooms that are full of 19, 20, 21, 22-year-old guys that are coming into the league. The rosters are not older.
Well, hold on, Fleet, but the Lakers roster ain't full of them young guys. It's different if he's going to a roster like that. You going to a roster with damn near a lot of vets. It may be some young guys sprinkled in, but once again, Fleet, this is the Lakers for one, LeBron James for two. You got AD over there. You got some veteran guys. I'm just saying, and then look, it don't even look better. Look what happened with Darvin Ham. So for me, I just think this was a lose-lose, and he made the right decision. Stay where you at.
And I also think the Brad Stevens thing was just, it slipped my mind, because why does he have to stay as a head coach? He could easily go to Boston and then work his way up to be a general manager spot, which is what he wanted to do. But I think it's just the fact that you got to deal with, it's not just LeBron, it's a split ownership. That's Jeannie Buss and her brother going back and forth. There's a lot that comes with that Laker group. So it would be tough for Dan Hurley to just come in there and be like, okay, how many shares of power, how much share of say-so do I have here? I'm splitting it with the star player who's aging. The other star player shows up half the time. There's a lot that comes with that. So if I'm not allowed to rebuild this scenario, I have no chance at being Brad Stevens. That is the goal for him, is to be Brad Stevens. Because I never thought about that name till you said that, Flea. That would be the goal, but he has no chance at doing that with the Lakers. And I think he's looking forward to doing that.
I think he had a chance of doing that. He didn't want to bite the bullet. What you mean? LeBron is not going to play for another 5 years?
Bro.
Hold on. You go there. This is my opinion. I could be wrong. You go there, you thug it out. I think LeBron got 2 years, 3 max. Bro, after that, bro, sky's the limit. The Lakers is about to be, listen, once LeBron goes, the Lakers is about to be a legit destination. Now you could turn into Brad Stevens. You build a team you want. You get the superstar that's going to come there. That's a little younger.
So that's not Brad Stevens. Brad Stevens is there nurturing their number 1 and number 3 draft pick with Tatum and Brown. You bring in Kyrie, trade Kyrie. It's a young group you're dealing with. This ain't young. You know what I'm saying? They're not young.
It can be young once LeBron goes. Because I think once LeBron goes, whether another star player goes there and teams up with AD may go. Now you can start building with the young guys through the draft or however you want, through trades or whatever it is. I'm just saying, I think Hurley wanted too much too early. You get in there, you work your way, and then you show how good you are. And then, like I said, once the king is gone, because he runs the joint. We got to be for real about that. This ain't trolling. This ain't clickbait. He runs the joint, Flea. That's just what it is.
Back when Bus and Arbach were running things, right? They were watching each other, seeing what each other was doing. Boston was watching LA. LA was watching Boston. See what they was doing, right? Boston brings in a college head coach. They bring him in. They let him coach for a couple years. They get him to a conference finals in his first couple seasons. He keeps them in the playoffs. Boston has been relevant since Brad Stevens walked through the door. And now they've won a championship. Been to the finals twice with him as the top, right? Yeah. Top exec. If I'm LA, why am I not watching one of our biggest rivals? How are they doing things over there? Now they got one more championship than me, right? How are they doing things over there? I'm not saying that they have to mirror what they're doing, but the way Boston has built this thing has put them in a great position to continue on and compete for championships. The Lakers, on that graphic the other day, OG, they were on the outside, on the fence, wherever they was at.
I mean, respectfully, that's where they should be.
That's where they belong, right?
They should have mirrored Boston, which I think they was attempting to do as far as coaching, but Hurley wanted too much. Remember, no matter what in business, listen, man,
Stevens had to win before they gave him something. He had to win something. Oh, I got it.
Right. So I think Lakers was willing to do whatever it takes. They wanted him. He wanted too much.
I think it's the same demands that LeBron has. Dan Hurley's not playing around with you. I'm not going to sit there. I'm not cowering to you, bro. I'm not playing with you. I don't care who you are. I run the team. I'm the coach. And if that's what he's coming with, that's what he's coming with. Right or wrong. If he's asking for too much, you don't think LeBron is asking for too much?
No.
You traded the whole damn team for Westbrook.
Yeah, at this stage.
But hold on. Now, listen, this is going to sound crazy. He can ask for whatever he wants.
I can feel that. I can feel that, but not.
Hold on. I know how Fabian feels, which he's correct. Like you said, third option. He can't be the best player. We could feel however we want to feel.
Number one option.
The Lakers go where LeBron goes. He's still box office. He's still the number one guy out there, and he's still the best player on the court. However we want to feel about that. 20-plus year career, championships, all the accolades. I'm being honest, bro. He has the right to do whatever it is and feel how he want to feel. No matter who goes over there, LeBron is running the joint. I'm just saying it ain't like LeBron got 5-6 more years. You go there, you coach for them 2-3 years, and if you get to the playoffs and things start looking good, once LeBron retires, bro, it's all yours for the taking.
So I think that was a nice way of Dan Hurley telling them no. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, LeBron, look, it's not that you're wrong. LeBron, bro, there's too much money involved with LeBron James. Bronny going over there. How much they made their money back on Bronny already? Probably. We got to believe that. They have no jersey sales, but all the commercials, everything involving Bronny and LeBron is too much. They're not even going to win a championship. You have no chance of winning a championship in all of our minds. Dan Hurley's politely telling them, if I don't get this, I don't see that happening. And he's right. Why should I put up with any of that stuff if in UConn I got all the control in the world and I get to hire my son? We're chilling in Connecticut. It would take a special scenario for me to get out of here. And also, he's planting the seeds for the future teams to realize, if you want me, this is what I need. I don't want no headache of a legendary aging veteran.
Ain't no great organization going for that, Fabian. I'm sorry.
A great one?
Nah.
Maybe not a great one. But he can dupe somebody into $40 million a year. It's happening.
Yeah, it sounds good, but once again, you're not going to tell me his son couldn't have been on the coaching staff with the Lakers. I'm not going for that. He wanted too much power with an organization that's considered one of the greatest organizations of all time in all of sports. That's like going to the Yankees, that's not happening. You got to go in there, you got to show what you built, show what you can do, and then, okay, now let's do it. Like Flea just said, what Boston did with Stevens. That man went over there, proved what he can do, and then now look, he's running the joint, and now they got the title.
Real quick before I get to the last topic, maybe it's too early to tell, but all the Lakers gonna look back at this and regret it.
I don't know if regret would be the right word.
It's definitely a moment where you could look back to.
I would say no.
Yeah, I agree, Fleet.
I would say no.
I agree.
Just if you just want a one-word answer, Fabian, I would say no.
Nah, I would say no as well.
It's unanimous. I agree with you guys. One last thing. It's always old school versus new school. And me and Flea and AllBall always talk about a lot of player podcasts out there. And probably the most salacious one, the most popular one at this point, gotta be Gilbert Arenas. And he's always running his mouth. This time, he kind of ran his mouth. How you say that? He wrote a check that his mouth couldn't cash or his ass couldn't cash?
Yep.
And this is Gil.
He does this a lot, by the way, y'all. He does this a lot.
A whole lot. And whoever put this together, big shout out to them. Right. A lot of this needs to happen a little more often on both sides. I'm not saying it because I'm old school. Even when you show a younger guy busting an old guy, you know what I'm saying? This needs to happen more often.
Better names, and now of course he's getting his ass busted. Oh man, he's getting anybody. No, that pick and roll to that don't. They gotta remember he gotta play 1-on-1. You gotta try to score on me. My rookie year, I think I gave him like 27 easy. Doop, doop, doop.
Lies.
Doop, doop, doop. I don't know what.
Oh, look at the bucket, John.
To them to school.
Screen and roll. Up, foul line jumper. Give me that one.
Come on, man.
Oh, to the rim. Lefty lay. Finish that. Oh, and one. Yes, that's a foul. You fouled out, Gil. Oh, elbow jumper. Give me some of that too.
Come on, man.
Oh, that's 1-on-1. Oh,
talk to
Give me the screen. Give me the screen. Oh, too slow, Gil. You went under, Gil. Another and one, Gil. Fix your face, Gil.
Yeah, hold on. Go back to that.
I can't rewind it. It's Instagram. I'll put it in the background while you talk.
12 of 12.
No, we need a screenshot of that face. Pause.
26? He lied. Y'all know I did the homework. Y'all know Big Flea did the homework.
So
y'all know I did the homework.
You did the homework. What was it looking like? In the meantime, I'll freeze frame it on his face.
Now, Stockton had 26 points on 11 shots that night. He led both teams in scoring that night. Karl Malone had a bad night. He had 14 points that night. So Stockton led both teams in scoring that night. Gil wasn't bad. Gil shot 6 for 12, 3 for 6 from 3. He was good. 16 points though. 7 assists, 4 rebounds. Gil was good.
Right.
Started the game as well. This is the third to last game of the season, y'all. So the season is winding down. This is the third to last game of the season. So now Gil is a starter. He fouls out in 28 minutes of play. We saw 2 of those fouls.
Look what Turbo said, Flea.
He was in his late 30s doing that.
That was his last season in the NBA. He was like 19 seasons in, Gil.
Come on,
that
man.
was horrible. You know what that reminded me of? That was like a Martin episode. Come on, Gina, what you think? And then you end up on the wall with your face all swollen.
And this
Gilbert Arenas, man.
Faye, and this is what I always preach ever since I've been on social media. Stop telling me guys like John Stockton couldn't play today. I'm not going Flea. I'm not going to go with the who's better ever. We ain't doing that. I'm just glad. This is what Gary Payton, this is what Baron Davis was talking about. When you pull up Baron Davis talking about John Stockton, how John Stockton will walk you all the way down to that free throw area and just kill you. Once again, look at that face, bro. Hey, Flea, that's a long night right there.
It's a long night. It's a long night. The nerve of you to sit down and say you had 26.
Come on, man. He just says anything. But once again, Gilbert Arenas has an agenda. He always shits on the old school. And Fleet, this is what, our platform, we give everybody props. And we try to be as honest as possible. Think about John Stockton playing 19 years in an era that was physically and mentally super tough. He wasn't 6'3", 6'4". He probably wasn't even 6'2". Probably close to 6'2", maybe 6'1" and some change. But what he can do with the basketball, come on, man. Just because a person ain't got the flash and the razzle-dazzle doesn't mean they can't give you buckets. Come on, man. Yo, Gilbert, I'm trying to figure out how you going to back this up. I'm going to DM them, too.
That was their 60th loss, by the way. They were 20-60 after this game.
Lord have mercy. Fleet, let me ask you a question. Fabian, hold on. I gotta ask Fleet this, and I want you to respond as well. What is John Stockton today in his prime in the NBA today?
Who is he?
Yes.
Like somebody that's playing right now?
Yes.
Oh man.
Or if you don't see nobody that you can compare, how do you think his game would translate today?
Oh man. Well, first of all, I don't think there's anybody in the NBA right now playing that plays like Stockton. Like the first guy that comes to my mind, because Stockton takes care of the ball so well. He wasn't a turnover machine. Really looked to get guys involved. Man, I'll be honest, the first guy that comes to mind, and it's like, it's not a slight against Stockton, but that type, like a Tyus Jones. The first guy that comes to mind.
Just efficient. Yeah,
just efficient. Can score it if you need me to score. Can hit open shots. I'm gonna get guys open. I'm gonna get guys involved. I'm gonna set guys up, because they don't have that prototypical point guard anymore, right? And that's John. So, but I absolutely think he would be a problem right now. He wouldn't be what Tyus Jones is, right? That role player type point guard. Nah, John Stockton would be a starting point guard on the NBA team, and he will be giving everybody fits.
Well, until Fabian get here, I think he's a 2.0 Mike Conley.
I'm rolling.
You get like people, and I tell my son, I tell a lot of the youth this. Y'all need to start looking at guys like Mike Conley. Mike Conley is a solid point guard. He's a starting point guard in the NBA for the last however many years he's been in the league. And he's effective. But go ahead, Fabian, your thoughts on John Stockton and what he would be today.
I think he's a guy that's tough to really. It's tough, bro, because how tall is Trae Young?
5'11", I would guess.
5'10", 5'11".
I don't know who's taller between him and Stockton. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if Trae got a better handle. I think Trae can make better passes. He's not as efficient, but I don't like that. They're both dribble, handoff, pick and roll guys. I would think he'll be a better version of Trae Young, more efficient, less flashy. But I can't say for sure, bro, because even Trae Young struggles in this era, and I think he would have similar struggles dealing with shooting over certain kind of guards and everything. And then Trae Young be going off out of nowhere. Trae Young is clutch. That's one guy. He's not a great shooter, like Luka. He's not a great 3-point shooter, but I'm not gonna veer off and say, I mentioned this before. My boy thought I was trolling, but I'm like, if you got Steph Curry or Luka in crunch time, I don't know if I'm taking Steph Curry over Luka in crunch. That makes no sense to me. I've seen Luka go crazy and just in crunch time. Yeah, he can shoot over people, whatever, because Steph, Trae, and a John Stockton, they would struggle in a one-on-one in crunch time. But when Trae turns it on, you can't just rip him. He's pulling up from the logo. He's cutting you up. I don't know if Stockton has that. Even if he's allowed to travel. Remember, he's allowed to travel now. You don't have to adhere to he could foul you. But actually, he can't hand check you like back in the day. So even defensively, how would he look to you? I think that's another big. It's a lot of big guards you got to deal with.
Yeah, but I just think he would be honestly like a 14 and 12 guy. And I think he would be the perfect point guard for any team. Like I said, look at Mike Conley. Wherever he goes, he's effective. He's legit. I think he's Mike Conley on steroids.
In the pick and roll era, it's not even like a pick and roll offense. The whole era is pick and roll.
But just think about guys like that, man. Just how smart they are with the basketball. Like I said, man, them guys back then mentally, man. You know, when Hall of Famers and greats talk about some of these players, you got to listen to that. Like I said, Baron Davis, who everybody know, young, athletic, tough, people consider him great point guard, great basketball player. He explained to you who John Stockton was. And let's not act like John Stockton didn't play against guys like Baron Davis, guys like Gilbert, who today would kill. And look what he did to them. Nah, it's just that it's done in a way that we don't think is sexy and cool. That's all it is. But don't tell me, and Ricky Rubio was a good guard. Don't tell me Ricky Rubio could eat and John Stockton is not going to eat. You kidding me? You put John Stockton right now on the Minnesota Timberwolves, stuff like that, where he's going to get you the ball. He's almost like Tom Brady, where when you look, the ball is already right there. Some guys just have a knack for certain things. And I just think John Stockton would be just as good, just as effective today as he was back then. And he proved it, 39 years old, 19th year in the league, against a young guy that goes at you. And look what he did. Come on, man. Got to give him props.
This might be
Good.
It might be disrespectful, Flea, but is Stockton better than like Tyler Kolek right now, who looks official? He don't look like a slouch.
Yes, he's better than Tyler Kolek ever will be. Yes.
All right.
We got to put respect on Stockton's name, man. Like, we other guys can't have all these numbers, and we look at it and go crazy, and we just poo John Stockton numbers. Like, yo, man, that dude been to back-to-back finals. That dude went up against some people consider the greatest basketball player of all time, and them dudes was holding their own. Yeah, they ain't going to 7 games, but they was going to 6 games. Games was competitive going down to the wire. Listen, man, dude was tough. And like I said, I just think mentally, Flea, people forget how tough you have to be mentally sometimes. And I just think John Stockton was good, man. He was good. I'm not saying he's going to be a perennial all-star. I'm not saying he's going to average 30, but you're not going to tell me he's not going to be a legit starting point guard. And imagine John Stockton with Wembanyama in San Antonio. He's getting you the ball wherever you need it.
But that's where he needs to be at in a scenario like that, because that's what I always say when they talk about, I forgot who was just talking about it with the point guards and stuff. The point guard disappeared with the center. So if you don't have a center that needs the ball fed to them, entry passes, all that is leading up to it. That's what I'm saying, where it's like Stockton's role is even more diminished. If we're just taking that guy from back then, he hops in the time machine and he's just playing the same way. That's why I think it gets harder for you, because it's just like, who you dumping the ball off to like that? Because they're all bringing the ball up. And they're all like, look at Joker. He's both. Luka brings the ball up. All the scorers, they're bringing the ball up. They don't need the point guard's help anymore in this era. And I'm not saying that's a great thing. I'm just saying that that's what the rules are in play for. So I don't know if he is a flat-out starter for a championship team. There will have to be a lot around them.
Who's
the Karl Malone?
Man, look at these dudes is cheating, man. These dudes is not point guards, man. Come on, they taking jobs away from real point guards. If Stockton is on Dallas, jobs? Yeah. If Stockton is on Dallas, Kyrie is the 2, Luka is the 3. Point blank range. Cut it out. That's why a lot of teams is not winning. The teams that's winning, if you notice, they got legit point guards. Drew Holiday, a legit point guard. Come on, man. Huh?
He's running the point.
Bro, he's a point guard, bro. He's playing a point guard.
But that's what I'm saying. It's the same thing with every team. Your point guard now is sharing duties. He's not even really a point anymore.
And what Drew was asked to do, like, if they asked Stockton to go out there and go get 15 to 18 a night and
lock down.
Now Stockton wasn't no slouch defensively.
Nobody asked him why you gotta lock somebody down.
But I'm
just compared him to Drew.
No, don't do that. I did not compare him to Drew Holiday. I did not do that.
You said he's a point guard, just like Drew.
I said I said this is why a lot of teams are not winning championships, because they don't have guys is not playing their position. I said, right now, if Dallas had John Stockton, Luka and Kyrie ass would be playing their right position. Dallas will not win a championship masquerading Luka as the point guard. I said the reason why Boston won, they got a legit point guard in Drew Holiday.
So wait a minute. Luka's not a point guard. That's what you're saying.
No, he's not a point guard. We all know he ain't no point guard. No.
Well, I always said that.
Okay, I don't agree with that. But okay.
But to your, that's what I'm trying to say, Flea. Now everybody's the hybrid. There is not just one. They make it seem like it's just a point guard and two guard. No, everybody's a hybrid because you got rid of the damn point guard.
Yeah, and if you are a prototypical point guard, you're probably not starting guard in the league.
Exactly.
If you're a pass first guy, if you're a set the table guy, you're not a starting guard in the league, and that's just the way the league is now.
You might squeak into a spot like Tyus Jones and Phoenix.
Right.
You might pull that off, but
there's
that's
the
not.
exceptions
That's not.
of Chris Paul. OG just mentioned Mike Conley. Yeah. Right. But after that, the list gets real short, if not zero.
Agree.
You know what I'm saying? You can't find another guard that is strictly going to get you 8 to 10 assists a game and maybe only look to take 5 to 10 shots.
But teams need to smarten up. Like, look how effective Allen Iverson was once they moved him to the 2 and put Eric Snow at the 1. Now you get a guard that can get the guy the ball and let them do what they got to do. Just imagine if Ja Morant is playing the 2 instead of the 1. Bro, some of these guys is 2 guards. They don't have the mindset of a point guard. Well, and this is why these guys are not, I'm not saying they're not successful. I'm not saying they're not great. I'm not saying they're not going to make a lot of money. But if you think some of these guys are going to win championships, playing the position that they're playing, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry.
I don't know what kind of revelation all boys had this summer, but I'm telling you, sounds more and more like me. Ain't no damn point guards in this NBA. I hate this. When everybody arguing, I'm like, you can't compare John Morant to these dudes back in the day. He's not a point guard.
But
I've been saying that for years.
That the job is different now.
See,
if you would accept that the job is different now.
Of course. Not just the point guard job. Everybody else is because you got rid of two positions. I'm saying.
But that's what happens when we get into these conversations of comparing the older generation to what's going on right now. Everything on the basketball court is different. That's why when I say, yo, roll the ball out there and I'm gonna tell you who's better than who. Forget all this accolades, this, that, and this. Who, if we talking about who's better, Allen Iverson or Ray Allen, roll the ball out there and tell me who's better. Don't tell me who got this, who won this, who got this accolade. That I don't care about that.
So, all right, so
roll the rock out there and let me know who's better.
Right. So roll the rock out there, 1-on-1 Ray Allen.
Not 1-on-1. Roll the rock out there, play basketball.
Dump that smoke.
I'm gonna watch and I'm gonna tell you who's the better player.
Dump that smoke. Yeah. Allen Iverson might not get the ball back.
So what you telling me Allen Iverson's gonna lose 1-on-1 to Ray Allen in a 1-on-1?
Smoke City. What are you talking about?
Yeah. I'm not rolling. I'm not rolling. I'm not even gonna get my blood pressure rise because y'all wilding now.
Hey, y'all might not make it through the game, bro. He might leave to go to
you all right.
He's going to BBQs halfway through. Right. AI's not worried about none of that.
You and your man. Yeah, you and your man, Ryan, y'all niggas is bugged out.
What?
Y'all niggas is bugged. All he's gonna do is go to the bus. You y'all realize the type of basketball player Allen Iverson was?
I didn't see Ryan say that, but I understand. I was a super AI fan, but you can't take away from what Ray Allen is a pro. This guy didn't try to get better every season, bro. You can't even. And
he didn't try to get better.
No.
What?
Flea.
Yo,
you gotta be kidding me.
Y'all got caught up in the Y'all lucky my mother's in the vicinity. Yo,
got
caught up in garbage.
Let's have this. Hold on.
No, go then. Go. Bye.
No.
I can finish it. Bye.
No.
Oh man,
I'm not going nowhere now.
Go set your alarm clock. Go set your alarm clock. You got some sleep in the.
No, all three of us have to be up here for this. Why not have a conversation tomorrow? Who will win 1-on? Listen, Flea, I don't care. You get out of
Flea's on fire right now. Flea's on fire right now. He wants to have the passionate conversation right now.
He done took a nap. He done got his vitamins with the gym. He up now. Get out of here with that.
We got six more minutes.
We are not having this conversation without all three of us up here. We're
having it now.
Yeah, but
no,
we don't have enough time. No,
there's not enough time.
This Ray Allen, Fabian. Listen, man, we know you want to be up here till 10:30. It's not going to happen tonight.
First of all, y'all don't pay me to be up here at 10:30. I'm out of here way before that.
The Ray Allen Iverson thing, I really think is a thing. I'm not trolling. It's no clickbait. I really think this is a discussion. I really do.
It's been a discussion since UConn versus Georgetown. Come on now.
Who went number 1? Yo, bring us home.
And somebody got traded for somebody else. But I did want to hold on before we
bring us home.
but you somehow you parachuted. He threw a grenade into the stadium and changed everything right now. The role still changed. John Morant is not, when we say he's not, you compare him as a point guard as John Stockton. You can't, it's not a comparison. He can't run a team like John Stockton. That's really the whole thing, but that's not to say John Stockton will be as effective in his era with Morant basically being a hybrid 1 and 2. I didn't want to lose that point, by the way.
Yes, sir.
I get what you're saying, but listen, all I'm thinking about is whenever we need to have a full topic, Iverson versus Ray Allen. I'm going to hold smoke.
Let's get to it.
I ain't thinking about nothing else right now.
That nigga said, OG said, I don't care if you mad. Yo, we gonna talk about this later.
No, what you see, we got a little attitude or something like that. Okay, if you want a little attitude.
Ball suckers.
We live.
Big Flea. Oh man.
How's all playing? This is great.
Nah, this was great.
Oh man, listen, man. 500 in the building, man.
Over 500.
Come on, man.
Love that.
Shout out to
Fish.
Big Fish.
All y'all in the building. Come on, man. RP Fish. Come on. I gotta do an episode where I'm just reading the comments real quick. We did that one time on Dime Drop. He thought I was bugging, and it went crazy. So tomorrow, 7:30 p.m., we're back live AllBall TV with more topics. Looks like it's Ray Allen versus Allen Iverson.
We're gonna straighten that one out, or at least try to.
No, listen.
He didn't try to get better. They said they tried to convince me Allen was a cone today. They tried to convince me of that. He was a cone.
All I'm gonna say is this:
passing lanes. You niggas can't even chase y'all kids around. Y'all talking about passing lanes.
He played with Melo.
Get the hell out of here.
He played with Melo. He played with the greatest big man defender of all time. Came up short every time. See y'all tomorrow.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.